Does Lady Whistledown's Instagram post hint at a Bridgerton Season 2? What will happen? Who will be back? And when will it come out? Hi, I'm Joy. Now watch out for spoilers. There's no way Season 2 doesn't come out, right? In its first weeks, Bridgerton was watched by 63 million households. It's the 5th most popular Netflix release of all time, and about 3 times more popular than Season 3 of The Crown. Such a successful debut was a surprise to a number of critics who weren't favorably disposed towards the period series upon the first season's trailer release. Despite their disapproval, when the show first aired on Christmas Day, it was an instant hit.
Everyone in the world watched it and it exploded. It is at the peak of pop culture.
You may call it a proper start for a show that is run by the highest paid producer on television, Shonda Rhimes. She's the mastermind behind Grey's Anatomy, Scandal, and How to Get Away with Murder. All have run for multiple seasons and some are still on, which instills hope that Bridgerton may meet the same fate, though its continuation has not yet been confirmed. It's the first collaboration between Netflix and Rhimes, who signed a reported $150 million deal with the streamer. So it's hard to believe that after all the money spent on the smashing debut, any of the parties would want to split. In fact, nobody would want them to, because who in their right mind would drop a story like this?
It's kind of like Jane Austen meets Gossip Girl with like 35 shades of grey. You know, it's
Yeah, that's perfect description.
35.
Such a strong ensemble cast, including Julie Andrews, Rege-Jean Page, Freddie Stromer, Golda Rosheuve, and many more, just couldn't enter the project to leave it after just 8 episodes. And one of the newly minted starlets, Nicola Coughlan, who plays Penelope, may have dropped a hint at Bridgerton's follow-up by posting an Instagram photo from the Season 1 wrap party with the caption, "High five if you finished filming #Bridgerton Series 1. Doesn't the 1 ring a bell about the word 2 coming after it? Finally, it was reported that the second series production was scheduled to begin last summer, but the pandemic obviously delayed that and the filming has now been pushed back to spring of 2021. If Season 2 were to follow its first season's production schedule, we may expect it to come out around Christmas 2022. So, what will it be about? The Netflix hit show is an adaptation of the best-selling novel series Bridgerton by author Julia Quinn. It consists of 8 books which focus on the lives of each Bridgerton sibling one by one. The opening season is based on the first book, The Duke and I, which mainly dwells on the relationship between Daphne Bridgerton and the Duke, Simon Bassett. And the second one in particular, The Viscount Who Loved Me, is dedicated to Daphne's brother Anthony. If the Netflix show sticks to the books, the potential second season of Bridgerton will deal with Anthony's twists and turns in love. Lord Bridgerton, played by the charming Jonathan Bailey, becomes the year's most eligible catch for the young ladies of high London society. He picks Edwina Sheffield as a candidate for checking all the boxes as a good Viscount's wife, and at the same time sparing him from falling in love with her. The only one in the way of their union is Edwina's sister Catherine, who really hates Anthony's womanizing ways and vows to prevent her only sister from marrying him. Working for Kate's approval, Lord Bridgerton manages to turn her from an enemy into a friend. At this point, the hot chemistry between the two becomes really juicy, and we'll stop spoiling the story for you here. If you can't wait to find out what happens next, just read the book, or even all of them, to get an idea of how the Netflix show might develop through all possible seasons. Yes, series creator Chris Van Dusen has already confessed he would love to explore stories for all the Bridgerton siblings, including Anthony, of course. As for Jonathan Bailey's vision of his hero's evolution,
I'm excited to see, hopefully get some self-esteem and be kinder to himself. We need to see, I think, bigger hair, longer mutton chops, and hopefully get him on the dance floor.
Season 1 got us all warmed up with plenty of passionate displays of intimacy, which makes us hope for more of that in the next season of the show. Jonathan Bailey did an exceptionally great job getting hot and heavy with his on-screen lover, and there's no doubt he'll continue to be as good, regardless of the love interest change. Discussing his pretty bum getting makeup on the set of Season 1, the actor said that all of the cast felt utterly safe shooting the intimate scenes with special choreographers involved. The star also expressed his respect for how sexuality is being portrayed through a female gaze in the series and how inclusive it actually gets.
We've had 50 years of cinema where we always see a lady's top being slinked off her shoulders as the man lies back in bed. So to be a part of something which, reestablishes a balance in how we show our sexuality and how men and women are exploited or not on screen is also something that I'm incredibly proud of as well.
Now we're waiting to see who's going to be cast in the roles of Edwina and Catherine Sheffield. And how about the other characters we've encountered and fallen in love with in Season 1? The ones we can't say goodbye to. Based on the title of the show and the book series, it's fair to suggest that besides Anthony, all the members of the Bridgerton family will appear again in the follow-up season. Phoebe Dynevor, who plays Daphne, is interested in exploring her character being a wife and a mother further on. Also, the actress would like to see Daphne get involved in Anthony's love life, since he was so involved in hers. Rege-Jean Page hinted that we might see more of the character's relationship with Daphne. Though the couple sort of got there happily ever after in Season 1, the actor believes that a love story never ends there. He commented that they got married very young and they still have a lot of growing to do together, which is exactly what, to his mind, would be exciting to see. By the way, after watching the young British actor shine as the Duke in Bridgerton, fans appointed Page to be the next James Bond almost instantly. Here's what Rege-Jean himself thinks about all that internet fuss around the B word.
Here, if you're a Brit and you do something of any kind of renown that people regard well, then people start saying the B word. It's like a merit badge. You get the B word merit badge. I don't think it's much more than that. I'm very, very glad to have the badge. I'm glad to be in such wonderful company of people who have the badge.
Yeah.
But it's a badge.
But back to the Bridgertons. We definitely expect to see Eloise, played by Claudia Jessie, debut in Society, which she started to get prepared for in the previous season.
I'm excited for Eloise to sort of have her debut in a way that Eloise would have it, which I think is going to be shaking stuff up and sort of not playing by the rules.
Also, we would be getting some appearances from the quirky side characters, the Featheringtons. In fact, there's no way Season 2 would do without them, since some pretty serious cliffhangers around this family were left at the end of Season 1. And it would be nice to see the return of the characters who added spice to the plot too. Like Lady Danbury, portrayed by Adjoa Andoh, and Queen Charlotte by Golda Rosheuve. It's worth noting that initially, the casting of these magnificent actresses, as well as Rege-Jean Page and Ruby Barker as Marina in the period drama set in 1813, wasn't that well received due to the actors' skin color. That audience attitude was whipped by Nicola Coughlan's response on Twitter. Remember, people were trying to downvote the show on IMDB because it was so diverse? You can't downvote us being Netflix's 5th biggest original release ever. Looking at Nicola's quick-witted reaction, it seems like the young star picked up a lot from her character. And we're talking not only about Penelope here, but also about Lady Whistledown, who Penelope turned out to be at the end of Season 1. No Bridgerton fan can imagine the story would go on without that Regency version of Gossip Girl, who actually delivers most of the show's spice to the narrative via Society papers. To our delight, the novel series proves that Penelope Featherington is a recurring character. Nicola Coughlan said, "I'd love to go on that journey with her to see how she's changed. I'd really love to come back because I feel like we've just scratched the surface." Moreover, the actress is excited for Penelope's bestie's upcoming debut and their friendship development in general, since by and large, Eloise is Penelope's main source of the information that she spills in the Society papers under the name Lady Whistledown.
Or now that we think we know who Lady Whistledown is, it's going to be interesting to see, how Penelope comes into her power.
If Lady Whistledown stays for a second Bridgerton season, we will hear the enveloping voice of the incomparable Julie Andrews, who reads the news on the Society papers.
There is a deep well of story for us to explore. We have an amazing, sprawling cast of characters, a massive cast, and that provides us, opportunities to explore all kinds of stories for all these characters.
We catch you up on that, Chris. And we're desperately waiting for Season 2 of Bridgerton to be confirmed, Netflix. If you liked this video, you might also want to check out who the Bridgerton cast is dating in real life in another OSSA video. Click here and stay awesome.